So, uh, we're adjusting fire real quick, and we're not going to talk about China telling America to focus on ourselves instead of their human rights abuses when they're literally harvesting organs from people, which is important. But this slipped my radar, and the Disney Plus offensive content warning blocker was added to the Muppet Show. Yeah, I haven't really been watching Disney since the whole Gina Carano stuff. Do they ever like with these stereotypes like as the show begins to players which reads this program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. The stereotypes are wrong and are wrong now. Rather than remove the content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact, learn from it, and spark conversation to create more inclusive future together. It also means the show can only be viewed from an adult content account. Is nothing like what the what in the Muppets is racist? I need specifics. What are the stereotypes? The Muppets are fake. They're puppets. I never once looked at a Muppet and was like, "Oh, look at black people. Oh, look at white people. Oh, look at Asian people." So I don't understand. I really don't understand. I was like, this is from news.com.au. Rather okay. Me can't wait to sit back, relax, and enjoy some Muppets. That's a tweet, whatever. Is nothing safe? The warning is believed to relate to the show's characters designed as stereotypes of Native Americans, Arabs, and East Asians. I mean, if their characters were designed after that, I mean, I don't see why we shouldn't acknowledge it. At least they didn't cancel the damn show. One episode in season 5 also features country singer Johnny Cash performing in front of a Confederate flag. Ooh! A country singer sang in front of the Confederate flag. It's the end of the world. Oh my god. It would appear that if this continues, kids won't be able to watch TV programs which are not newly made safe. Oh, other Twitters were left dumbfounded after the spotting the warning. When I remember when people had a sense of humor, quit taking anything out of context and so seriously. It's the Muppets for God's sake. Yeah, see, what the are people thinking? Is it like I watch a historical documentary like Roots. There's a lot of racist stuff in that, and I don't need to be sheltered from that. That was history. It happened. I don't believe that way. Like, oh my god, we can't. At least they did a warning. I gotta put that caveat out there. At least they didn't remove it. They didn't cancel it, and they just put up a warning, which I think is fucking stupid. But this is knowledge. This is our art. This is our history. Good, bad, or indifferent. It needs to be preserved and protected so our kids can learn from it. That's how humans repeat all the mistakes of their past because history gets burnt or trashed. We do this every so often and then it happens again. And this time's going to be no different. This is basically a Nazi book burning which happened before the Nazis did it. The Arabs were destroying a whole bunch of like artifacts and stuff around the world during this jihad. I mean, it is what it is. Humanity's going to suffer because of what's been going on, and instead of addressing all of our issues, the Muppets are now racist. Trigger warning on the Muppets. I don't need a trigger warning on the Muppets. I need to figure out how you plan I need to know what your plan is to open the economy so we don't collapse. I need to know what your plan is to combat China and their human rights violations. I need to know what your plan is to like pull us out of all these stupid ass wars. I don't give a fuck about goddamn Muppets. It's fucking Muppets. They're puppets. Some fucking guy has their hand shoved up their ass and they manipulates their mouth and makes them say whatever the fuck they want. I don't look at the Muppets and look at fucking people of color or fucking Asian people or whatever the fucking case may be. People need to stop fucking taking so literally. They need to stop being so butthurt by the fucking world. You're the most privileged group of human beings that walk the earth, black, white, yellow, or polka dotted. The most privileged human beings to have walked the face of the earth. Quit acting like you're a bunch of oppressed fucking... God fucking damn, you fucking soft. I don't understand how we got to a point where the fucking Muppets are insulting people. The Muppets are fucking offensive. I mean, I don't agree with what happened with Dr. Seuss, but at least you can read a couple of those band titles and be like, yeah, I could kind of see. But I don't look at Muppets and be like, oh, black people. Wait, who the fuck does that? You might want to go to therapy because you might be the fucking white supremacist. We already talked about that premise. Only people think any of this crap is white people. Whiteness is you. And most of y'all are fucking white. You might want to take a look in the mirror before you try to fucking look at me like I'm a fucking bigoted fool. Most intolerant people. Your intolerance of intolerance is fucking intolerable. Tongue twister there. Peter pick a pie, pick a pie, pick a pie, blah, 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 blah. You guys need to preach your own book, bro. Be tolerant of people. Let people do their own fucking thing. Stop trying to push on everyone. Each state shouldn't have the same voting rules. Each state is independent from the federal government. We have 50 independent states together in a mutual union. We need to start acting like that again because we're all losing our freedoms and the government's taking power and we're being owned by the fucking World Union, and that's pretty much fucking China, and they're harvesting organs from people in camps. But nobody says it, that's perfectly fine to them. Slave labor over there is perfectly fine to them. Do you really want these people in charge of you? This fifth generational warfare stuff is not going to happen. It's not working. People talk about that because they don't like what happens for war. I don't like what happens to war. But the more we wait, the more people are going to get hurt. And eventually more people are going to be dead. And we're going to end up having to fight a war to get out of it anyway. Because we know through countless times in history that you can vote your way into this, but you have to shoot your way out of it. I'm just saying. The last segment is also a change of topic. We're going to talk about this cult of death Beto O'Rourke calls the Republican Party. So this is Breitbart, right? Beto O'Rourke, Republican Party is a cult of death. They literally want to sacrifice lives, even though the people that have been killing people over the last few months have all been leftists, Democrats. Former Representative Beto O'Rourke, Democrat, said Wednesday on MSNBC Deadline, the Republican Party is a cult of death, even though you're killing people all around the country. Discussing Greg Abbott's lift. Oh, this is about Texas. Oh, this would have been perfect for Texas. So yeah, he's basically with Biden talking about Texas. He was like, the Republican Party is a cult of death because we don't want to wear masks. They literally want to sacrifice the lives of their fellow Texans. I don't know, for political gain. It's for freedom. Not sacrificing any lives. To satisfy certain power interests within the state. This is hyperbole. You heard our lieutenant governor, arguably one of the most powerful positions in the state of Texas, say that old people are willing to sacrifice their lives in order for the economy to reopen. It won't be just any older Texans who die. We know it's important that it'll be black or brown Texans that will like. Now he's making it racist. That cult of death. No. People are dying of starvation. They're freezing to death. Your economy needs to be open. I'm sorry, Beto O'Rourke, but you're a fucking idiot. You really are. The entire country needs to open up. I've been saying that. The only cult of death is the leftists that are literally throwing acid bombs and Molotov cocktails and bombing people's houses, burning down homes, seizing fucking property, doxing people on the street, harassing them. I'm sorry, but this is reality. If we're going to call anybody a cult of death, it's the leftists. into such cult of intolerance. I am so tolerant. I am intolerant of everything because everything is intolerant of me. No, it's not going to disproportionately kill old black and brown people. I'm sorry, Beto will work, but most old people are white. So if old people are going to suffer because of this, it's going to disproportionately affect white people. I hate to fucking tell you that. I'm not fucking trying to bring race up into it. I'm just spitting out reality. If old Texans are willing to make that sacrifice, old Texans are willing to make that sacrifice. I don't know. I don't know much about what Texas does. It doesn't want. But I know that most of Texas is conservative, and I know old, young, or indifferent, most of conservatives want to open up. So they probably do want to make that sacrifice, and they're free. That's their freedom of choice. You're not like, we are free to make good and bad decisions. Free. Freedom is for everyone, not just you, Beta, or work. That's how freedom works. Freedom isn't just for fucking one-sided BS. People are free to believe the earth is flat. People are free to believe all kinds of fucking stupid. I can't believe we're having this conversation in 2021 in the United States of America. Didn't we already have these arguments about freedom? Didn't we already understand what freedom means? I just ponder, just grab my beard, stroke my beard sometimes, and I ponder this. Like, how? How did we get here as a people? When did it begin? Because it wasn't like this when I was a child. It wasn't like this when I left for the army. It sure the hell was like this when I got back, though. I don't know how we move forward here. I don't know. I don't know if we can. Like I said earlier, collapse. I think the collapse is coming. I think it's inevitable. Um, I think that's what Beto, people like Beto and work and stuff want. I think it's making us collapse and making us fight each other or whatever is the only way to accomplish the Great Reset in the United States of America. I don't even think it's about communists and socialism or capitalism or intersectionalism. These are just the arguments and the divides and the groups that they're using to divide us. I think it's just about depopulation, the Great Reset, because all of it seems to be headed towards that collapsing the economy, setting people back, restarting everything. It really does seem like every decision these people make head towards that. And they call us the cult of death. You're literally eugenicists. I don't know. I think it's time to get some guns. I think it's time to buy some emergency food. I think it's time to put that bug out bag in play. I think it's time to hit that gym. I think it's the time to overall prepare yourself. Prepare yourself for what's coming because it's not going to be good. And it's going to make all other conflicts look like child's play. Thomas Jefferson said, God forbid such a conflict went longer than 20 years without occurring. We're literally designed this way. And it's being used against us, sadly. I don't want war. I don't want war. But I think it's inevitable. I think it's the only thing that can help. I really do. I really do. I honestly think it's the only thing that helps. And I don't think we should actively start it, but I think it's coming either way. And I think we should prepare ourselves to defend ourselves when it does, because that's all we can really do as free people is try and isolate ourselves as much as possible, build our own communities, soften the blow, and get ready to defend ourselves when the time arises, because the time is rapidly approaching. They're talking about like calling us a death cult, talking about putting us in camps. It's only a matter of time before they actually try. Now, we make up a ridiculously higher population percentage than the Jews did in Germany, so I don't think they'll succeed, but that doesn't mean that it's that the attempt isn't going to be atrocious. 2020. New right.